Hi, and welcome down to Hotbods. Well, we're in Ratmalana, and it's raining out here as well. You wonder what I'm doing in Ratmalana? That's the place where this man who just sang the song, Sajith Muthukumarana, lives. And that was a Freddie Mercury song called Living on My Own. This is where Sajith lives. Let's see where he is. He's not the big bad bull after all. He is.
Hi,
Sajith.
hi, Jimmy. Hi.
Thank you. Nice little place you got here.
Thanks.
Okay, Sajith. We'll come down first to, of course, Hotbods.
Thank you.
And we have a lot of requests about your program, good feedback about the band as well. So that's why we make a point to come and meet the man and the band. Okay, I got my book here. This is not my black book or anything. This is a brown book. And there's loads and loads of questions which I have built up over the couple of days to ask you. Okay, Sajith, are you ready for it? Can I get up close and personal now?
Right.
Okay. First question. When did this all start?
It started while in school, say around 1979.
1979.
Yeah. We were all in school, all the members actually. They were
The original members?
Original members all from school, Isipatan, we were studying there.
Okay.
And
Talking of Isipatan reminds one of rugby. Isipatan is very famous for rugby. Did you play rugby?
No, I didn't, unfortunately. Fortunately, so I did music.
Okay.
So we all started, not serious stuff or anything, back row stuff. And of course, we got involved in the college productions like dramas and musical, little things.
Western music
as well as Oriental. And well, then it continued. After leaving school. It continued into a band.
At that point in time, were you studying music?
No, I never studied music. In fact, even in school, I did arts actually. I didn't. But it's that musical capabilities, like these boys together, like whoever who could play, we got together.
Okay.
And
okay, what was your ambition?
Now after doing my A-levels, actually, I joined the hotel school to do something in hoteliering.
Right.
And I did my hotel school. I graduated 3 years later.
Right.
But still, I did continue my music, and I never did hoteliering.
Okay. So Sajith, from 1979, you've been that's the time you got involved in music. How did you manage to overcome the obstacle of instruments? That's a big problem, right?
Yeah, it was since we didn't have our equipment, only a couple of box guitars and congas. Acoustic. Unplugged, yeah. And but only thing is, there were a few places where we could pay about $50 and get about 2 hours of playing time, and we jam a little and practice. So we used to do that.
So you're messing around for about 2 hours. How many days of the week were you doing this?
Not regularly. Whenever we got a chance. We were also in school studying and stuff like that. So
just about to ask you, how do you manage to do with your schoolwork?
This is in the evenings, usually after school, and on and off, during school time also. I must say.
So there was some school cutting as well?
A little bit.
You don't want to mention that, right? Okay. And now, when you got seriously into music, how was the fundings and so forth? A new band coming into the scene. How did you manage to get your breaks and so forth?
Well, I must say it was not easy. It was quite difficult since we didn't have a established name. So for a start, we started with the Ecstasy, and we thought of continuing with the name because earlier we didn't have a proper name. We were playing under different names. That was around 83 that we started playing under Ecstasy name.
Okay.
Then actually.
Sorry, before we go to the next answer, where were you playing? What kind of venues are you playing? Were you doing dances and shows and stuff?
No,
like that?
actually, at the beginning, we were playing for weddings, and that's also friends. If a friend gives us, nobody was going to give us bookings.
It was like a word of mouth kind of thing.
Exactly.
Hey, there's a band called Ecstasy. Check them out. Okay, like that, right?
Yeah, and then we started doing the down south hotel circuit. Yeah. That is, I think, the beginning of professional.
That's the first step that you came into the limelight under the name Ecstasy.
Exactly.
That was in 83.
Yeah, after 83.
Okay, and how did you get the name Ecstasy to begin with?
Actually, Jimmy, it was given to me by a good friend of mine. He's now in New Zealand. He's a doctor.
Right.
He was my neighbor.
Right. Before you jump, I haven't jumped the gun here. He's a doctor, you say?
Yes.
And the band is ecstasy. But there's a bad tablet around, or a pill called ecstasy.
Yes.
That's very bad.
Yes, I heard.
Very bad for you. No, okay.
But I think the tablet came after the band.
Okay, but the band is good. The tablet's bad. Right. Okay.
Right. Okay.
As you were saying, yeah.
And well, we were looking for a name at that time, and well, he suggested this name, and we thought it was good, and we stuck to it.
Okay. So here we are with Sajith Muthukumarana, the leader of Ecstasy, and more about the band after this break. You're watching Hotbox, and I'm in the living room of Sajith Muthukumarana, where he has a lovely little house out here in Ratmalana. So Sajith, coming back to the band, and of course you, but before getting the band, I want to ask some questions about you. Okay? It works like this. How many sisters and brothers do you have altogether?
I have a brother and a sister, both elder to me. They're married and they're living separately.
You brought up the $1,000,000 question. Married? Are you married?
No, I'm not.
Why not?
Well, I got to find the correct person, so I'll wait for that.
Okay. So until then, you'll be continuing to do music.
Well, I haven't thought about it. I might continue music even now.
Are you doing anything other than music?
Yes, of course. I do a little bit of business as well.
What sort of business is this?
It's actually distribution of products and
all right.
sales.
Okay. So going back to the wonder years of 1979, you've come a long way down the line. When you started, what did your parents think about it? Don't answer that. I have Mr. Of course, Sugi here. He's the father of the leader of Ecstasy, and the question pops up to you, sir. What did you think about your son when he started the music business?
Well, he started in school, and as he was getting out of school, I thought he was becoming a little serious. So I diverted his attention by putting him into hotel school. My ambition was to see him through the hotel school, which he studiously did, but he didn't give up his music. And much later, when I saw him perform so well, I thought he had chosen the correct line, and I did a lot of encouragement and motivation to him.
So from there on, you were 150% behind him?
Yes, I was.
Okay, after say music is his first love, music would be his last, right? Okay, so come to the band now. How many members are there in the band?
Till recently, we were 5 piece, but right now we have 6 members.
And are they all, what's the lineup? Can you give me their names?
Yeah, Ranjit Perera on bass. He had been there for a long time. And then Clifford Andrews on lead.
Right.
Clyde Fernando on keyboards.
Right.
I used to play the drums till recently, but now I've taken Lalit. Lalit is playing drums for us.
Okay.
And of course, Nimal Jaiman, he sings with us.
And what instrument do you play?
I don't play any instrument. I do a little bit of drumming still, but I sing. I'm around.
Okay. And I see there's no female vocalist in the band. Any particular reason?
Actually, after our last female vocalist was Sureshini, after she left the band to go abroad, we didn't take on another female because Nimal had joined at that time, we had a person to do the front line. But for the last season, of course, we had a female vocalist sing with us.
Your best loved performance ever with Ecstasy, can you recall it?
I think our best times were at the Hut while we were playing there for about 5 years.
Okay. And any countries that you toured with the band?
Yes. First in 89-90, we toured Singapore for a short about 2.5 months. Then about 2 years ago we toured Doha. That was for a short performance, 2 performances by the Lanka Lions.
Okay. And what's your future plan?
Well, to continue the band as long as
it takes.
It takes, and go on and see how it goes. I mean, since we are established, can go on.
Okay, Sajith. Wish you all the very best in your endeavors with the band. And this, I think, comes to the end of our little discussion. But before we go, any message to all your fans out there?
Yeah, I must actually thank them for being behind us right through, so many years, and especially the support they gave us while we were at the Hut.
Good and bad times are always with you.
Yes, and so a big thank you to all of you all. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
It was great having you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thanks.